Hello, everybody, and welcome to Melee and More. I am Acid.
And I'm Dalbull.
This week we have Blahguy joining us. Blahguy, talk to yourself. Talk a little bit
Okay.
about yourself.
Yeah, my tag is Blahguy, also known as Abe or Abraham. um, I've been living in the greater Indianapolis area, playing Melee for about 8 years now. Since 2015. Holy cow.
Old. Not even
Well,
not in
older.
terms of yeah, not in terms of age. Just
Well.
well. Okay.
Different issue.
Yeah.
So if you are new to Melee and More, we will start with the Melee section. This week, Dalbull will be doing the Melee interview. So Abe, if you want to go ahead and search for me.
Sure.
Yeah, and we will get right into it.
Versus Luigi.
All right, so it's pretty difficult to talk about Melee without this coming up, so let's get it out of the way. What's your opinion on the recently released Nintendo guidelines for tourneys?
Let's see. My opinion is that for like 75 to 90% of Indiana Melee players' interactions with Melee, it doesn't change anything at all. The things that it might change are events like Full Bloom or bigger regionals that they might do, like in Bloomington, or if there's a we need some space
What's
for.
that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I haven't put really much thought into it other than that. It'll really be whether like how hard it is for these organizers to get licensed at the end. That's what it's going to come down to, I think. And we won't know that until someone tries. Oh shoot!
True.
Too many rolls.
We have seen from a couple organizers, obviously not in Indiana or even in the U.S., that have gotten said licenses very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Get owned.
Do you know if that was for like Ultimate or Melee, Mason?
Ultimate.
Okay. I guess we'll just have to find out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because
Good.
I saw a tweet from I think it was Dark Gen X saying that like you are unable to select Melee as the game when applying for a license on the Japanese website.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So who knows?
Yeah, it's nothing we haven't seen before, really.
Yeah.
But even if we never have a legal tourney again, something they can't take from us, the humble Smash Fest. What's
That's
your
right.
experience with Fest, and what do they mean to you?
Ooh.
Smash Fest is how like I got my foot wet in the local Smash scene back in 2015. I went to like my first local up in Castleton. Met some cool guys, and they invited me over to their house the next week to play Melee and Project M 3.5 at the time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I think it was like that's something that I like value pretty highly when it comes to my Melee experience, is just the community, and Smash Fest are, I think, one of the best ways to integrate yourself into the local community and make lifelong friends.
Agreed. I think that is a good way to put it.
Yeah, like one of my first Smash events was a Smash Fest in Northwest Indiana called Jouch Fridays over at Monolith's house. That was honestly one of the first times I met a lot of people in WI, so it definitely helped integrate me into the scene.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you.
Just piggybacking off of like the Smash Fests, like I'm Dalbull. You know Dad's house. but I'll let you talk
Oh.
about that one. I don't know if you know about Dukes and Bacon.
I don't.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about Dukes and Bacon, Abe?
Sure, I can. So another Indiana smasher who's kind of inactive right now. Oh,
Funny.
yeah. His tag was Naggy. Oh, you got picked up.
Oh my god.
Oh, I went silent. Sorry.
No, obligatory. It is
Yeah.
so hard to play and talk for the first time.
So yeah, Naggy, good friend I made. He was at that first weekly I went to. Was at the guy's house, the first Smash Fest. We became good friends outside of Melee too. But he started hosting a Smash Fest at his new apartment, which his roommate at the time's last name was Bacon. And
Okay.
I think this was before he started doing it at a regular interval. We were at his house playing a game called Coup. It's kind
Oh
of a
yeah.
mafia-esque game, right? And one of the roles that you can get is the Duke. And if you know anything about Coup, you know that everyone likes claiming to be the Duke.
Why is that?
So, what's that?
Why is that?
Uh, they have a really good action that they can take on each turn, where you get more currency than any other role.
Okay.
Oh. And you can like claim the way game works is that you can claim to be any role, but it's up to the other players to call you out on your BS.
Sure.
But most people won't risk calling someone out in the early parts of the game. So it just evolved into everyone claiming to be the Duke, even though there can only be like 2 or 3 of them, and there's like 5 players. So anyway,
Good.
yeah, so that's where Dukes and Bacon came from as a name. It was just like a weekly Smash Fest hosted at Maggie's apartment. We had like an hour or two of just friendlies on multiple setups, and then we do a free bracket on Challenge. That was a good time. But then, like Nagy and his roommate had a bit of a falling out, and so I started hosting it at my place, keeping the name. But yeah, so that's Dukes and Bacon. Oh shoot!
How long did you run it for?
I think I ran it for like maybe 3 months. Wait,
Oh,
it eventually just ended up being like only myself and like Will at the time, Dad Milk.
okay, but that's a beast rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would go to that.
But it was, at its peak, we had like 12 gamers in my 2-bedroom apartment. Former weekly runners, that boss battle guys came over a couple times.
Oh, sick.
It just like cooked for everyone. Super homey vibes,
Yeah, absolutely. I never knew Abe was a TO.
that's right.
Yeah, sort of, technically.
Not technically. You ran events.
He is the Duke and Bacon, truly.
Best of both
That's
worlds. Something Melee players do nearly as much as playing in tourneys is traveling to tourneys. Obviously, we can't make it to every single event. So what factors do you consider when deciding whether or not a tourney is worth going to?
That's a good question. A sort of arbitrary combination of distance to travel to the event and whether or not I have a carpool.
True.
Got that.
I didn't think you were gonna get there.
Yeah. One time I did drive, I think 4 hours each way to a monthly in like Columbus, Ohio, or something, by myself, and I like didn't do well, and then I was really sad driving by myself. So I was like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore. But
Real.
back in the before times, they would have monthlies. Oh shoot. The House of Pain in Champaign, Illinois,
Oh yeah.
and I would go to that like every month.
Mm. I once when I was in college, I went to it was either House of Pain or Show Me Your Moves, but I was on like 4 hours of sleep and I drank like they had free Red Bull there,
Uh-huh. That's right.
so I had 4 of them, and on
Oh boy.
the drive back, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack on the freeway, and I just submitted myself to death right then. and
Oh,
there.
yeah,
I was
like-
like, I can't stop. If I die here, I die here, and that's all right.
Will in chat says it's Abe's fault I'm here, and it's Abe's fault I play RuneScape, and that's beautiful.
I'm sorry. On both fronts.
True.
First off, I can't believe Danny Phoenix just asked that question in
Yeah,
General.
like time
Yeah.
out.
I thought about just replying to you and like telling you not to answer it.
Yeah, yo, chill out, Abe.
But on the subject of travel, all 3 of us will be out of the blue this weekend. So
Yes.
anyone watching, make sure to
That's
tune
right.
in and cheer on your favorite cast.
Featured player Mason Acid.
Yo.
Oh god, I think that's hilarious. And I
Only
just
gain the respect you
Yep.
deserve.
okay. I love Kevin tenacity. He has too much faith in me. Really, it should be featured player Abe Blahguy. You see these moves I'm getting mixed by?
Bro, you're up right now.
This dude's counting friendlies. Hey, I got down tilted.
Are there,
Alright,
any
I'm
turns
out.
you would consider can't miss?
I would say there are a couple of turns. Oh, there's one major that is currently can't miss. Can't miss if you have the funds for it, and that is Riptide.
Yes.
Yeah, it's at a water park. Oh shit.
Yeah, can you go a little bit into that?
Can I? I don't know. Majors are like its own like tier of experience when it comes to Smash events. Like you have your Smash Fest, which are great. You have your locals, which is great. That's really where you get a lot of like your personal like level ups, I think. But then the nationals is where you go not only to like test yourself against the field, but also just have like a good time because you're really only gonna play like four sets or something. So like, what else are you gonna do for 3 days?
Right.
And Riptide is great for that thing. You got the water park. You got. I mean, hopefully you're going with friends so that you can do activities outside of just playing Melee. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you got to give your hands a break.
Right.
One of
Outside of majors. Go ahead.
oh, just one of said activities, salsa matches.
Oh. Unfortunately, no longer probably a thing in the venue itself. But yeah, soft smash. That's great. That's good fun.
What is the salsa match?
I don't remember like when I came up with it, but it's just a money match with money on the line optionally. Best of 3, and after every single stock that you lose, you have to take a tortilla chip and dip it in ghost pepper salsa.
Dang.
Uh-huh.
And you
Are
get
there any players that are like really good at it?
yes.
You are talking to them.
Yeah, Mason and his roommate Freeman are pretty good at it. We have run a it was double elimination salsa match bracket at the last 2 Riptides, and it was them 2 in grand finals,
I
which
think-
is awful.
Uh, yeah, it's not great. Especially like coming through losers in a double elimination salsa bracket is like you just ate so much spicy salsa.
Yeah, you're just wrecked for the next few days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it tastes so good though.
Oh, it's delicious.
You vouch.
Mm.
Another shout out I gotta give as far as salsa match prowess is pizza from St. Louis. Although I think
Mook.
they changed Mook now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I went to a St. Louis local when I was that missed. I was on my way to some family in Iowa, and it just so happened to be on the day that their local is. And I did like 5 salsa matches in a row.
Oh.
Yeah, but Pizza, aka Mook, was the only one to beat me,
Okay.
and he destroyed me.
Okay, but like, was that Zelda Luigi?
It was Zelda Luigi, which he's very confident in, but also he loves spicy food.
Sure.
So,
Ah,
Mm.
gotcha.
you can be confident in the Zelda Luigi matchup.
Oh, don't.
Either way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Luigi's approaches in general are just very linear. So as Zelda, who's like kind of knows what they're doing, can play the position game such that they're just ready to kick them.
Ah, that makes sense. I hadn't really
And-
thought about it.
It's like just gotta be so careful.
Mm.
And Luigi's normally pretty good combo game doesn't really work. You just get like your 2 pieces.
Sure.
As one does against Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of the guests we've had so far, I believe you play the lowest tier character of them. What drew you to Luigi specifically?
Let's see, in late 2014 or 2015, when I saw videos of competitive melee, and learned about the wave dash, saw that Luigi had the longest one, so that's what I practiced with.
Nice. Just stuck with it?
Yep. I mean, not the whole time since then, but that is who I
Sure.
decided to kind of play as I was learning.
Mm.
And I like the idea of playing a character that you might consider worse, but still, has potential. I thought it was cool.
Oh.
I'll be the first to give like a mid or low tier shit, but I think that's a
That's
good
that,
reason
that,
to
that was a good
play
reason.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
How
he
do you
kind of
feel?
fits me. This is a goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like goofy guy with very sick movement and punish game. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, cool.
All you low profile.
That's right.
How do you feel your journey as a player has been different from like a top tier mains, if at all?
I haven't thought about that. I don't think it's been too different. Even top tier character or top tier players will have matchups that they personally struggle with. So, then they have to like grow out of that or like learn what they can do about it. And same thing that Luigi has to deal with just more matchups. But so maybe that's been something I've had to work through more than maybe a Sheik player. No
Hey.
offense.
No, that's real. Sheik doesn't lose matchups.
I don't know if I go that far, but I know you would.
Yep, that's right.
Oh.
Have you ever had to deal with people hating on your character?
A little. It was more prevalent, I would say, actually, before. I was gonna say it was more prevalent before, like Slippy.
Mm.
But I do still get like quite a lot of people, if I do ever like queue up on unranked, that will just instantly quit. Maybe I'm too numbed by it at this point.
Those are the types of players that will instantly lose to a Luigi in their bracket path.
Yeah, that's real. So
That's
that's why I'm like,
yeah.
all right,
That's
man.
literally your loss. I will find another Falco number 246. Like,
Yeah.
Has it ever like affected you? If people like say negative things about your character?
I don't mind if they say negative things about Luigi, because generally, you know, they're kind of right.
they're a little right.
And
but-
they're speaking from a place of, you know, heightened emotions, and so they're just kind of vomiting their thoughts, you know.
Sure.
Oh, what's up?
I completely forgot to start the music. This is From Mars to Sirius by Gojira. All right.
Yeah. Luigi. Like people say, like, oh, what a dumb character. I'm like, yeah, hey, GG.
He's a silly little guy. GG's, by the way.
But you said it's changed since Slippy. Why do you think that is?
I don't get that vibe much in person.
Okay.
I used to get that vibe in person more than I do now, and maybe it's just that I don't. Like I said, maybe I'm numb to it now, or maybe maybe people recognize that I'm actually kind of know what I'm doing, so they're like, oh, this guy's not just.
It's not just
Going
like a
for-
matchup
going for
experience.
misfires.
Jeez. Right, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just haven't felt like too persecuted for my character choice, I would say.
Sure. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that at least.
Yeah.
That being said, one of your like immediate practice partners / rivals, Brandon Freeman Blitz,
Yeah.
known mid-tier hater. How do you feel that relationship has gone? Because I feel like as a mid-tier hater, he has a unique soft spot for Luigi, and I
Right,
think
it's because I beat him repeatedly for years.
you taught him the matchup,
Yeah.
and now he's
Makes
like.
Makes him particularly good against me.
Yeah. Not only
And so,
you, but like Luigi in
yeah.
general. But yeah, like I think his plan to beat Luigi is specifically built around beating your Luigi.
Right, and so I feel a sense of like vindication if I ever see Blitz beat another Luigi in bracket.
Right, yeah, it's like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, because I guess you can claim like more direct control of that than like Mason could for Sheik. It's like there's more Sheiks out there.
Okay, but to be fair, it's like I'm the one that made Freeman good against Sheik, but
Hey, I'm not saying it's not.
but yeah, anytime I do beat a Luigi, I'm like, yeah, it's Abe, like that.
Oh, shit.
When I beat a Luigi, I'll let you know how I feel.
Oh, don't tell me.
Is there a matchup you find just unbearable with Luigi?
That was 3 missed ledge dashes
Yeah.
to let me win that game.
The matchup against
That's a bug, yeah.
myself.
yeah, honestly. But yeah, like, what are your? Is it Ganon? Like, is that the one? Or is that just not necessarily a Luigi hatred, more like a you hatred?
That's a me problem. I don't think the matchup is that bad. I do think the Falcon matchup is that bad.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh,
What's
I can make that back.
what's bad about the Falcon matchup?
Alright, so he's faster. Both
Okay.
on the ground, at short distances, and while in the air. His combo game is arguably better than Luigi's on Falcon. He has kill setups that actually work. And edgeguarding Luigi is really free if you know how to do it. Granted, I guess the same is the case the other way. But I don't know. Falcon Luigi is just like, how do I hit this race car driver who's running 100 miles an hour? And how do I hit him meaningfully?
Right.
Whereas if I make a misstep in neutral, he gets stomped or something, and then it's off to the races. For Falcon's combo game on floaties, which is pretty good.
Right.
Damn, I think you were dead.
Maybe.
But that's like the combo game on Luigi from Falcon's side is that what like separates it from something like Fox Luigi? Where like some of the combos aren't as guaranteed.
I would say yeah, definitely. And I think Fox's neutral, it just makes more sense to me.
Okay.
His hitboxes are, I don't know, they don't feel, it doesn't feel like he's controlling as much space, and maybe that's some weird, it's not Stockholm syndrome, but like, I don't know, just coping that I'm doing where I'm more comfortable against Fox, so I don't feel as pressured.
Okay, yeah.
And the combo game against Fox and Falco is easier, I would say, for Luigi than Captain Falcon.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
Twice. What?
What's the closest you've come to switching mains?
Actually doing it.
There has been, I would say, oh, I was charging. So there was one time in like 2018 that I tried switching to Ice Climbers. And the first tournament that I had for those Ice Climbers was a fight pit. The only one I went to. I don't remember the number of it. Oh, what are you doing?
Okay, I didn't mean to, but it was kind of nice for a second.
And in that bracket, at that fight pit, with my relatively new Ice Climbers, I played a Sheik, which is cool. And then I played Samaris,
Less cool.
who I knew was a Peach, and decided to play Luigi from the get-go. And then I lost anyways. Alright. And then my first loser's match was against a Samus.
Ooh.
Good spot dodge. After losing game one, I tried switching back to Luigi again and still lost. And I think I pretty much immediately quit Ices after that one tournament. There was a lot of practice before that tournament.
Sure.
Oh, and there was at least one Salty Sunday that I went to and beat. Oh my God. I beat Christian.
Oh, let's go.
I think he went Fox the game or something. I don't remember. It's on YouTube. Yeah. And then after, there was another time after, I think Full Bloom 4, where I tried going Fox. And that lasted about 3 months. Until I was at that year's Smash and Splash. They did waterfall pools.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Was that the Swiss year?
Yeah, it was Smash and Splash 5. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it was Swiss, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, it was
Swiss into Waterfall.
Swiss into
yeah.
Waterfall.
Oh, Swiss into
Yeah.
Waterfall. I didn't make it out. I lost
Yeah,
to
you.
Zamu, Fizz from Chicago, and I think maybe someone else. All going Fox. And I remember playing ladder matches afterwards as Fox, and the matches I played, I just wasn't having any fun.
We will go ahead and call this one last game. And
Yep.
also, Mr. Wagler Boog said, "Did you change your tag to Blahguys when you were in Icy's main?"
No,
I I like Blahguys though. I think that's
that's not
good.
bad. That's not bad. Better than block climbers.
No, Block Climbers is good. Or
Blimers?
Blahgimers?
Or Blimers?
Gore Blimers? No, we're cooking right now.
I remember, like, had to have been a year and a half, 2 years ago. You posted a clip from your Blah Fox, and it was so sick.
Blahfox is good.
But for both of
Well,
those
yeah.
changes, what was like the catalyst that made you want to switch to them?
Which to them?
Yeah.
I mean, Icy's is, kind of the similar movement and neutral, I'd say. At least at first glance. So they're like pretty easy to like try out.
Okay.
And at the time, wobbling was legal. I was pretty bad at setting it up. But I always told myself I'll learn it eventually.
Sure.
And so, like, because wobbling was legal, ICs were considered to be a significantly better character in, like, the melee tier list. So I was like, I'm tired of losing to these Falcos and everything. And I was like, Ice Climbers are a better character. Let's try them. As far as Blah Fox, I mean, I think everyone who plays melee long enough tries to mess around with Fox.
They'll have a fox face.
It doesn't even have to be like a whole phase like you or I went through, just like messing around in the wee hours of the
Right,
morning.
like they will play Fox.
Right.
Not even like main, but they will like play games of Star Fox.
Yeah, and after enough of those games, you kind of get you get better at the tech. And it was after that full bloom I mentioned. I had already told myself after that bracket that I was going to switch, and in my head at the time I thought it was going to be Falcon. But I was playing friendlies with Herb in his Game & Watch,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was playing my Falcon and my Fox, and Curb said, "Yo, your Fox is pretty good." And that
Nothing
was the end
about
of
your
it.
Falcon. Aw.
So that made me that literally just made me try out Fox for the next 3 months.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sometimes all it takes is someone telling you one of your characters has some.
Yeah. I think there was a similar story with Link, but I don't remember.
Last time.
Oh.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's a that's a good ending. We need to have like an SD counter, like in the YouTube upload. We just need to have like a
Real.
what's the song? It's like and it's just like Abe
Oh,
SD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about making these names. Everyone knows it,
All right.
Bunny Hill. right?
I don't
Neil?
know. That being said, we will go ahead and move on to the more section. So I hope you liked Gojira.
I do.
I do too. I will go ahead and if you want to stream to me, Dalton.
Yes.
Cool.
One
This is like the weird intermission of Melee and more.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the stream open. What song is playing right now?
I turned it off, so
Oh,
I
okay.
can't control Dalton's music. So like, I don't want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hee hee hee. Mm. Okay. I am waiting for games, so you guys can search. I think.
You're a BBB, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
BBB 676.
You have to change your Slippy tag there.
so
Yeah.
so the obligatory
That's 3 weeks in a
explanation.
row. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first Slippy name on this account was Barry B. Benchin. So it's BBB for that, and not
Oh,
for
no.
Bobby Big
Yep.
Balls.
No, 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 no,
Uh-huh.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how it's no longer October.
Oh yeah, the spooky part.
Oh, so true.
That's real.
Are you two playing a
This
game
is
right
our
now?
closest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have terrible news.
No. Here. Let's try it one more time.
Uh-huh. So we ran into this issue, Abe, where Dalton like can't stream to me.
Is it like the Slippy broadcast thing?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
using? Okay.
it just goes up to waiting for game.
What if we restart the game?
Yeah, let's do that.
I heard a blah. Let's go. Okay. All right. Okay, so Abe, you are a software engineer for Cummins.
Yep.
What does that mean? What what do you do?
So I will be the guy who makes or writes software that goes on the computers that are inside the engines of semi-trucks.
Oh shit. Okay. So you make the truck go.
We make truck go.
That's sick.
Nice.
Okay. So essentially, Cummins crashes. A vast majority of like, or like a large portion of that like delivery or trucking system just dies. Like they can't operate, right?
If like Cummins like goes bankrupt, like stops being an entity.
Well,
you mean?
no,
Or,
like let's say like the systems crash, or like
Oh, there's way too many safeguards in place that are above my pay grade that prevent that from happening.
sure.
But yeah, sure.
So like every safeguard, Abe. Like let's and how would one go about doing that? Cool, but that's sick. Where did you go to school for that?
I went to school at a private college in Dayton, Ohio, Cedarville University.
Okay.
I got my bachelor's of science in computer engineering.
Okay. So you said Dayton, Ohio.
Yep.
What do you like about Dayton?
Not much.
That's kind of where I was going. I like the Renaissance Festival.
I've heard that's good.
It was I've gone twice now, and I thought it was really fun. Had a good time.
Okay.
That being said, not much else. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
Yeah, I've got a buddy who still lives there. That's pretty much the only reason to go back.
sure. Yeah, but like I think like going for school sounds cool, and obviously you've landed a solid career, so it worked out.
Yep, it did. I got my money up before getting my funny up.
You've always had that funny up, but what is your favorite part of your job, and what is your least favorite part of your job?
My favorite part is
Oh, that's the Freeman.
my favorite part of my job, I would say, is I don't know, just solving miscellaneous problems that come up and just coming up with unique solutions.
Okay, you like being that guy. Like you're
I
like,
like being the guy. You know?
yeah, that makes sense.
Or being the guy that my manager comes to whenever there's something a little urgent or a little tricky.
Sure. How about a least favorite?
My least favorite is probably every software engineer's least favorite. Just documentation.
Oh yeah. Is that basically so like after you solve a problem you have to do like a write-up? Or
Yeah, and there's different variations of what that write-up looks like,
sure.
depending on how your company handles it.
Sure.
But yeah, just like documenting what you're doing and making it so that other people looking at what you've done 10, 15 years later can make sense of it is important to do, but no one likes doing it.
Sure.
And
Yeah. It's like
that
it
is
made
ultimately-
it made
Yep.
sense to me. I did it. Why do you
Yeah.
need to know how to do it? Like obviously like you know why, but like why do you need to know how to do it?
Yeah, and then also every software engineer gets upset when they're trying to read someone else's work and they have bad documentation.
Sure. It's like I would have done it better.
Yeah.
Except not really, because I hate it. But okay. How long have you been into like the software engineering, computer science field? Like, was it like a senior year high school type deal, or is that always something you've been interested in?
I would say even definitely before senior year.
Okay.
I think I always had like I always loved video games. And as I got older, I would transition to computer games a little. And I don't really remember like if there's a specific catalyst for it, but I knew that I wanted to like do computery things. At my high school, freshmen were required to do like a study hall. But then in the second half of the year, I convinced them to let me not have a study hall so I could take web design.
Nice.
That
Okay.
was my first computer science class.
Okay. That was clean. That whole game, you looked hot. Like that was good.
fucked up
Okay,
that
so that
good,
was
but-
what year? You said freshman year instead of study
Freshman year
hall.
of high school.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I think like the first semester of no, actually it would have been the second semester again of my sophomore year. Took my the intro to programming that my school offered. Man, Fox is
Damn,
funny, huh?
that kills.
Fox is good.
Fox is a little good. He's not as good as Sheik, but like,
Yeah, he's up there at least.
Oh, I'm dead.
Luigi's bad.
Luigi's bad.
Okay. So
Another little anecdote though.
Yeah.
My junior year, so my high school didn't have any AP classes,
interesting. Okay.
but they did have a few like programs that they did with the local university where you could get dual credit.
Okay. So like, even
Um,
though if it wasn't like an AP class, like you had a get college credit
Yeah.
like thing. Yeah.
Arguably better.
Honestly, yeah.
It depends, right? Because
Right.
it was at a like slower rate, so like a course that would take a college student semester was dragged out for the high schoolers to take the whole year, which
Sure.
is nice.
Oh, okay.
But I went to high school in Wisconsin. So getting the Cedarville University in Dayton, Ohio to accept those dual credit courses took a little bit more work.
Sure.
Like I had to take a test.
You had to test about your credits.
Yeah, I had to basically take the final of their intro to programming class.
Okay.
To convince them that I knew what I was doing.
And apparently you passed.
Yeah, I did pass.
Okay.
Which is nice. But I took a programming dual credit class. But that was the first time that class was being offered, and our teacher did not know what was going on.
Exciting.
We had to teach him.
Wait, that's kind of funny though. Like,
Yeah.
okay. So you went to high school in Wisconsin.
Yep.
What is your favorite noodle style restaurant that is 4 letters?
I think you're looking for Max.
I am.
MACS in the Kalahari Water Park Resort.
I miss her so much.
I should call her.
But anyways, my actual question. So you went to high school, and you also like music.
I do.
You talk about how you're a drummer, and you started in high school, yeah?
Before
Or
high school.
well, you played in high school rather.
Yeah, I did.
What did you play?
I played marching band. I played bass drum and snare drum. I played in our wind symphony, and I played every percussion instrument under the sun except for xylophone.
Ooh.
We had to do like our like tryouts or whatever, and so I learned the xylophone parts for those, and that was it.
You're missing out, dude. You're missing out.
At the time, I didn't think so, but now I know that it is pretty cool.
Sure.
But I did not really ever learn how to like read proper sheet music.
Okay.
As far as like notes. Like,
Sure.
What's treble clef? What's bass clef? I don't know.
Every good boy does fine.
Something like that. I think mine was every good boy eats something.
Fudge.
Deserves
fudge.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a one. There's also face, right? And that's bass
bass
clef.
clef.
Yeah. Faces for spaces. Yeah. God, I miss music. But anyways, yeah, I like.
I also played in the high school's jazz band where I played set.
Very cool. I do like a personal anecdote / relation being in like a wind symphony or like a band that focuses on not the percussion, where they're like, I don't know, just play this thing, and they just give you like a dickery-do or some shit, and it's like, I've never heard of this in my life. Like you'll play like 4 notes in the entire piece, and then you're just like,
Oh, that was me. I would play the dickery-do and the bongos, and then I would
Yep.
have to slide over to the thing that you gotta turn.
oh yeah,
That was me.
that was my jam, dude. Okay, so out of all of those assortment of instruments, what was your favorite to play? Was it set?
It is set. It's gotta be set. It took a while for me to be like a little comfortable on it. But I say now it's set. I do like a good suspended cymbal roll though.
That's real. But you can do that a little bit on set, right? Like you can have mallets
Yeah.
for a roll.
Yeah.
Why is it set?
I don't know.
Just like
You
the
can use all your limbs.
I was about to say, is it the complexity? Like your whole body gets in the groove?
Yeah. It gets more involved, get more things
Sure.
moving.
Cheddar says Dalbull looks like a Greek hero of legend. Honestly, I get it. Like the glow around you is very demigod. Nice
Good light.
live. Jesus Christ.
This room doesn't have like a light in it, so I just have like a lamp over on the dresser.
Oh, that's
Okay.
It's the apartment life.
It's a house.
But yeah, so you do you have a favorite drummer? A favorite set player, rather?
I couldn't
Thinking.
see any of that, but I'm sure it was nasty.
I'm just dropping down in back airing, man. I'm not cheap, so it's not good.
Hey, come on.
I think Neil Peart.
I was gonna say
Peace.
my dream band where like I just pair and like pick pieces together. Neil Peart is my drummer. And I think if you ask a lot of drummers, that's probably the popular pick, right?
Yeah, I think so. If you ask a jazz drummer, they might say like, I actually don't know that many. It's like Buddy Rich or something.
You're right. Yeah. You ask like Latin, and she'll be like, Ringo Starr. That's
Like Ringo Starr's fine.
bad. but
For the time, it was...
I'm
He knew
hypercritical.
what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
I'm hypercritical, and I like serving Rocco strays.
Oh yeah,
That's
That's but yeah,
you won't,
okay.
find, you won't find many drummers who say that their favorite drummer is Ringo Starr.
Right. Yeah, it's actually Lars Ulrich.
All right, dude.
Metallica's my favorite. Do you have a favorite song to play?
Ooh, that kind of changes, I would say. Like in the past, I would say some song by like Dream Theater or Liquid Tension Experiment. Which
Okay.
is Dream Theater minus the singer. Nowadays, nice. Maybe a little bit of Tool. I think Numa's really fun, even though I don't know what he's doing in the solo.
Sure. It's like you play the song and then you're just like, I'm gonna make my own solo real quick.
Yeah. Oh, YYZ's really fun. I played him a long time ago. Yeah, I don't really have a good answer for that. All-time favorite song to play? It's gotta be Take 5.
Take 5 by...
Dave Brubeck.
Huh. Okay. I will have to look it up, but...
It's just a jazz chart, you know, it's an older one, but it's every jazz player's introduction to 5/4.
I do like a good 5/4.
Yeah. It's good.
Anything outside of just a standard 4/4 is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd be brave and say I don't get time signatures at all.
Like what do you not like? So the top is the beats per measure, and the bottom is the note that gets the beat.
Yeah,
Right.
that part.
So like a quarter note is like your like standard note, right?
Sure.
And a 4/4 time signature is you get 4 quarter notes per measure.
Okay.
See, you got it. You're a musician now.
But like, how do I know like the measure's done?
Honestly, a lot of the
It's always
time
like
it's
this-
a lot of
That's
the
the
time
top
it's
number.
yeah.
It's the top
Okay.
number, but a lot of times you just feel it.
Yeah, it's like you hear a
Oh,
song,
okay.
you're like, okay, this is 4/4, and then sometimes you're like, this is 8/8, or like you can tell when it's like when it's the 8th note that
That's
is
the
like,
same thing.
it's like the same time, but it's like, it's a feel, bro. Come on.
No, Dalbull is right.
All you had to say
to
was
an
vibe
extent.
space. We're good.
Dalbull is right about what?
It's like, 8/8 is the same as 4/4, but the musicians would have their own tidy reasons to write it as 8/8 instead of 4/4.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so that's like the world of time signatures. Moving away a little bit from the outside world. Moving on to in the game. You're a RuneScape player that has a melee side gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is becoming less true, I feel like. I feel like you're getting more into melee, which is awesome. I love having another good player like right by me.
30, 40 minutes away.
I mean, like, we go to the same local sometimes. So it's like, yeah. But as for your RuneScape account, you have progressed so quickly for the amount of time that you've been playing the game. What do you think is the hardest item that you've had to work for?
That I currently have.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. Hardest item that I've had to work for.
I guess, like,
Oh,
and that's...
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the Dragon Hunter Lance.
Is it the lance? Or just part of it?
But it's part of it.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about that.
Hydra Claw.
Yeah.
The Hydra Claw is a 1 in 1,001 drop, which is ridiculous.
Sure, and like the one is what, like a minute and a half? takes a minute and a half per kill, or around that.
Longer than that. I'd say my average is like a minute 50.
Okay,
By the time I was really into the grind.
sure.
Uh,
I guess you get minute and a half when you have the lance, or like a T-bow.
yeah, which I didn't have. I
Right,
did all my kills
yeah.
with a Grazi rapier.
Oh, right,
Um,
right. Okay. So yeah, so 1 in 1,000. So surely you got it in that 1 in 1,000 kills.
I did not, in fact, and that's it's a common thing in RuneScape.
Sure,
Uh,
but going
players.
double drop rate is pretty like standard. So like surely in the first 2,000.
Yeah, most people I would say get it in the first 2,000 kills. I didn't.
Well, Abraham, tell us what kill count you got your Hydra Claw.
3,514.
That is so many kills, dude.
Have you run like the statistics on that? Like,
I
what like
was-
percentile you'd have to be in for that?
Yeah, I ran them when I was going through it. I don't remember what it was.
I'm pretty sure there was like a 96% chance at that time that you would have had the Hydra Claw.
Yeah, I would make posts like that in the Dad's House RuneScape channel. Like, there's a 96% chance that I would have my Hydra.
That is rough. That was a rough grind. Now, tell us about some of the grinds that you didn't necessarily have to work as hard for, but like, you have a good item now.
I got a twisted bow. I don't remember the raid number. I think it was 170 something.
Sounds right, and that was off of a dry streak.
It was. I was about a little over 100 raids dry for something. Which is absurd to think like if you don't know, then like being 100 raids dry sounds like crazy. Like how much time is that? But
And then
RuneScape
when you
players are
know-
just built different.
Well, like, it's like when you don't know, that sounds crazy, and then when you know, that sounds crazy. But like,
it sounds crazy, but also
I get
like,
it. Right, right.
people who have accounts that are doing that kind of content have gone that dry somewhere and they get it. Still suck.
Yeah. But overall, I think your account is, in terms of dry or spooned, I would say balanced. Do you agree with that? Where like,
Oh,
damn.
I think it's balanced.
Which way do you think you're leaning?
I think I might be leaning a little towards spoon
Okay,
or getting lucky.
sure.
Because Freeman's going for the T-bow right now, and he's a
Ooh.
on rate. And it's
Poor
taking
Blitz,
a
dude.
very long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, just that alone,
Yeah.
kind of like makes up for the fact that I went 3,500 dry for the Hydra's Claw,
Mm-hmm.
and I got lucky at other places, got unlucky at other places,
Sure.
but T-bow's really big.
It is a big get. We are running out of time, so I'm gonna rapid fire a little bit.
Sure, I'll try to answer it quick.
Non-video games. Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah,
Favorite color.
red.
Favorite deck.
What format?
That's a follow-up question.
Oh, okay. Favorite deck.
Yeah, there can be multiple answers because there are multiple formats. But yeah.
Okay, black, red, green, aggro in Canadian Highlander.
Okay.
Commander, my favorite deck is Rurik Thar, even though he's not very good. I love the guy.
What is his
Red,
thing? What's
Red,
the
green.
What's the quirk though?
He's a 6-mana 6/6 with reach and vigilance. He has to attack each combat if able, and whenever any player casts a non-creature spell, he deals 6 damage to them.
Oh shit! So like both players?
Well, yeah, any player.
Huh.
And in the higher levels of Commander gameplay, everyone is casting non-creature spells. Or at
Right.
least that's the way it used to be. It's getting less and less like that.
Sure.
So he's kind of a meta buster.
Nice. Okay. Favorite format.
Favorite favorite format? I think it's draft.
Okay.
At the end of the day, yeah, love a good draft.
And so that is just basically opening a shit ton of packs with your friends, building decks, and then having a little tournament?
It's open. Yes. The
Doesn't
one
have to
thing
be with
that
friends, but...
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. The thing that we did at that one weekly was sealed, where you like open all the packs for yourself, and then make the deck out of those cards. The draft is kind of a little different, where you pick one card at a time and then pass the rest of the pack to the next person.
Sure.
But I mean, it's just the same concept. You're opening packs, seeing what you get.
Gotcha. Favorite expansion?
Modern Horizons 1.
Alright. Well, do you have a favorite card from said expansion?
Ren and Thick.
What is that card?
Are you gonna make me read everything the card does? That's not a big answer.
Okay, so basically it is a busy card. It does a lot of things.
It's a 2-mana planeswalker, which is absurd.
Sure.
It does a lot of things, and it deals with land, which is
Land is
cool
always
and
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. D&D.
Uh-huh.
Favorite class?
Bard.
Favorite race?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay. So, oh! So a lot of the D&D that you play, it's less about the actual role playing and more about the gameplay?
I would say yes. I try to get more into the roleplay as I keep playing.
Sure.
But it's a little harder for me.
At the end of the day, you don't super care about the race you're playing?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'll try to, whatever race I pick, I try to, play as if I am that race.
Sure.
You know?
It's not that you won't role play, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I hit my head! I was gonna make it back.
Dabmilk says, does D&D have stepbros and stepsisters who get stuck under couches or in dryers?
Good.
I was about to say, it could be! Okay. What expansion do you play most consistently?
5th edition. I've only ever played.
Okay. Have you ever played Pathfinder?
Nope.
I've heard that...
I have been the DM for a campaign that I was basing off of a Pathfinder book.
Okay.
So I had to convert it to the 5th edition rules.
Sure. The
but I
stats
never played
feel a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you currently in a long-standing campaign, or do you do one-offs?
I'm currently in one weekly long-standing and one tries to be monthly long-standing campaign. Both with the same friend group. One we do online, then one we try to meet up in person.
Gotcha. Not to make anyone, well, not to make anyone nervous, but this will be last game. Damn it!
Oh,
I was trying to find.
got you.
Y'all can play another. Yeah. We'll call
Alright.
this one last game. That was a little fun.
He mind controlled me.
Ooh.
I just gotta be on that beat.
Uh-huh.
That's what I get for losing the last one. I think it's fair.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Aw. That's not what you were doing. You've been upping how to shield the drills. Is that like a thing that you're practiced in, or is that just like...
That's just better be on your shit.
Makes sense?
Because it's one frame faster than grab, and sometimes drill is not actually, or sometimes drill is shield grabbable. So,
Interesting.
if you've got an option that's one frame faster than grab, go for it.
Sure, makes sense. Okay. Board games. What's your favorite board game?
Might be a bit of a like cheap answer because I think it's Dominion, but it's kind of a card game.
What's your
But
favorite
outside-
board game that makes me not want to hit you?
You don't like Dominion?
A Dominion's good,
Okay.
but it's kind of a card game.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, okay. The Thing Experiment. Oh, I can't remember. It's got like a weird full title. But it's like basically a mafia-style game themed around The Thing, like the
Okay.
Antarctic horror movie, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
sounds cool.
where you like go to like different rooms to try to complete missions,
Sure.
but also trying to avoid
The thing.
the thing, the infected person.
Sure.
And if you're the infected person, you're trying to hide in plain sight.
Dad Milk says it's Yahtzee. Blahguy always talks about Yahtzee.
That is not true.
I've heard him talk about Yahtzee quite often,
Yeah, I have
actually.
too.
Yeah.
He's
Uh,
talking to a different block guy.
What's your favorite dice roll in Yahtzee?
Bro, I don't even know the rules.
I like the I like a straight roll.
Oh, I like getting Yahtzee.
Oh, Yahtzee's good. That's a good
From
one.
Yahtzee.
Dad Milk says Among Us.
It's not a board game.
That is not a board game, although I'm Speaking of up, he had a shield on drill. Good way to end
That
it.
wasn't even out of shield.
Yeah.
Oh, my the up on my D-pad doesn't work, so I can't say GG's.
No. Okay, it was 6 LOL.
Abe, you have been a very fun guest. Thank you so much. I feel like I've learned a lot about you, even though like some of the questions I'm like, hey Abe, like, did you play drums? Like, I know that, but
You
like
knew that.
some of the stuff I didn't know, and that's cool. So
Well, glad to be on. Thanks for having me.
yeah. As per the end of every show, you do get to
Ah.
pick one person, and Dalton and I will pay their weekly entry. Which reminds me, I need to pay Kashi's Super Beatdown entry. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the person who I asked you about last week. I'm gonna give the free entry to my good friend and longtime indie melee competitor, Ben Chiladas.
That is a very good pick. I
Nice.
a little surprised he didn't get it sooner, but what better person to give it to him than a Blahguy? So, do you have any closing remarks?
Go to your locals.
Go to your locals.
Real.
Goes. This has been Melee and More with Acid. Wait.
And Dalbull. Sorry, I was playing with Blahguy and
I get
in the
it.
chat.
I get it. Have a good night, everybody.